Imagine a grand silent hall, carved from the very obsidian of the earth. At the far end, a table is set for the gods of industry, the architects of empires, and the masters of the unseen. You stand at the threshold, an uninvited shadow. The air is thick with the scent of old parchment and cold iron. You look at your hands. They are empty. You have no lineage to offer, no chest of gold to bargain with, no crown to mirror theirs. In this realm, networking is a word for the desperate. Here, there is only the cold geometry of power. Most men approach the powerful like beggars at a cathedral, hoping for a momentary attention, a momentary glance that validates their existence. They radiate a frantic energy, a heat that the powerful find repulsive. To the Titan, the beggar is not a human, he is a noise, a static interference in a world governed by silence and precision. If you wish to walk among them, you must first die to your need for their approval. You must become as cold as the marble beneath your feet and as sharp as the ink on a signed death warrant. You are not here to connect. You are here to align. You are here to integrate yourself into the machinery of their world until your absence would cause the gears to grind to a halt. This is the dark stoicism of the elite. This is the alchemy of influence. Pillar 1. The law of strategic indispensability. Niccolò Machiavelli once wrote, "A prince should have no other object or thought but war and its discipline." For you, the war is the pursuit of utility. The powerful do not seek friends, they seek extensions of their own will. They seek mirrors that reflect their vision back to them, but with a sharper edge. To create a connection with a Titan, you must first identify the void they cannot fill themselves. Every powerful individual is a fortress, but every fortress has a crack in the foundation. Perhaps it is a task too menial for their ego, but too critical for their safety. Perhaps it is an insight into a shadow they refuse to acknowledge. You do not offer them help, you offer them a solution to a problem they haven't yet admitted they have. Robert Greene, in his observation of the laws of power, reminds us to never outshine the master. This is the subtle art of the shadow. You must be the whisper in the dark that provides the answer, allowing them to believe the epiphany was theirs alone. Do not seek credit. Credit is for the insecure. Seek influence. Influence is for the architect. When you become the silent architect of their success, you are no longer a guest in their hall. You are the foundation upon which the hall stands. The weak man speaks to hear his own voice. The powerful man speaks to change the world. To bridge the gap, you must master the silence. When you finally speak, your words must land like a hammer on an anvil, sparks of utility flying in all directions. If you cannot be useful, be silent. If you cannot be silent, be gone. Pillar 2. The fortress of emotional neutrality. Seneca, the advisor to Nero, lived in the mouth of the beast. He understood that the greatest threat to a man of ambition is his own reactivity. He said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." When you stand before a person of immense power, your biology will betray you. Your heart will quicken, your palms will dampen, your voice will climb into a higher, more submissive register. The powerful can smell this. It is the scent of the prey. They have spent their lives navigating the currents of human weakness, and they will categorize you as disposable before you finish your first sentence. You must build a fortress within your mind. Marcus Aurelius taught us that the mind should be like a promontory against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. To the powerful, your calm is your currency. By remaining unmoved by their wealth, their status, or their intimidation tactics, you signal that you occupy the same psychological territory as they do. You are not impressed, and because you are not impressed, you are dangerous. Because you are dangerous, you are worthy of respect. You must treat the CEO, the politician, and the billionaire as if they were already ghosts, historical figures whose physical presence is merely a temporary illusion. When you look through them rather than at them, they will feel the pull of your gravity. Most people are orbiting them. When you stand still, they begin to wonder if they should be orbiting you. This is not arrogance, it is the stoic realization that all men are made of the same clay and will return to the same dust. Why tremble before a statue that is already crumbling?
Pillar 3. The Architecture of the Shadow. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the hidden, darker half of the psyche that contains everything we deny about ourselves. The powerful have shadows that are vast and hungry. Their public personas are often masks of virtue, wisdom, or strength, but beneath the surface lies the raw machinery of their ambition, their fears, and their repressed desires. To truly connect with a titan, you must speak to their shadow. This does not mean engaging in vice or corruption. It means acknowledging the reality of their world without judgment. While the world demands they be good, you understand that they must be effective. While the world asks them for charity, you understand their need for conquest. When you validate the parts of them that they must hide from the public, you create a psychological bond that is stronger than any contract. You become a confessor without a church, a man who sees the blood on their hands and does not flinch, but instead offers a towel and a strategy for the next campaign. Machiavelli knew that the lion must also be a fox. Most people try to appeal to the lion's strength. You must appeal to the fox's cunning. Understand the secret anxieties that keep them awake at 3 in the morning. Is it the fear of being forgotten, the fear of a rival, the fear that their legacy is built on sand? When you align your goals with the protection of their deepest vulnerabilities, you become a part of their survival instinct, and there is no connection more permanent than the one forged in the fires of mutual survival. But beware, to look into the shadow of the powerful is to risk being consumed by it. You must maintain your own internal light. You must know where their darkness ends and your own integrity begins. Or perhaps you must realize that in the pursuit of absolute mastery, integrity is simply another word for a lack of options. Pillar 4. The Eternal Patience of the Predator.
The final law of the dark Stoic is patience. The powerful move on a different timeline than the rest of humanity. While the common man seeks instant gratification, the Titan thinks in decades. They build cathedrals they will never see finished. Your approach must be equally measured. Do not rush the connection. A connection forced is a connection broken. You must plant the seeds of your presence years before you intend to harvest the fruit. This is the long game of Stoic endurance. Seneca reminded us that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You must spend your time in the dark, sharpening your skills, gathering your intelligence, refining your character, so that when the moment of intersection arrives, the connection feels inevitable. It should not feel like an introduction, it should feel like a collision of two forces that were always destined to meet. You must be willing to walk away. The ultimate power in any negotiation or relationship is the ability to leave. If the powerful see that you are willing to abandon the connection because it no longer aligns with your own path of mastery, they will value you infinitely more. They are surrounded by yes-men who are tethered to them by need. A man who is tethered to nothing but his own will is the only man a Titan can truly trust. Do not ask for favors. Favors are debts that you cannot afford. Instead, create obligations. When you provide value without asking for a return, you build a reservoir of silent debt. The powerful hate being in debt. They will eventually seek to balance the scales, and when they do, that is when you ask for the keys to the kingdom. Not because you need them, but because you have already proven you know how to use them. The hall is still silent. The obsidian walls reflect a flickering of a single emerald flame. You are no longer the ghost at the door. You are the one sitting at the head of the table, waiting for the others to arrive. The world of power is not a club you join. It is a frequency you tune yourself to. You have hardened your mind, you have sharpened your mind, and you have mastered the dark art of the Stoic architect. The Titans are coming, and they will find you ready. Subscribe to continue hardening your mind. Your journey to absolute mastery over yourself is just beginning. Stay sharp, stay cold, be unshakable.